Hi there and happy Monday. Stacie Tatera here, medium healer teacher. Thank you for tuning in this week for this week's Angel Oracle card messages. Felt very, very guided to use the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. It's absolutely one of my favorite decks. And we are focusing on the last week of August, the 26th of September, which is today. Sunday brings in our new month of September, so lots of things. You know, I'm sure this week is busy with a lot of people going back to school next week. I know several schools have gone back to school, so lots of things. I know for me this week with work and kids is super busy. So with that said, just a reminder that I have a couple classes, several classes on my website, MilwaukeeMedium.com. When you go to the Schedule Now button, you will see a list of services as well as classes. I am booking in what most dates are now December. I will not open my January calendar other than the first few days of January for a little bit of time till I get some of my own scheduling pinned down. So if you're looking to get in before the end of the year, please do so. There will be some rate changes as well for 2020, and just giving you a heads up on that as well. One of the things that I did want to let you know is the Halloween Circle, which is October the 18th, is half full, a little bit more than half full. So if you have an interest in signing up for that, please be sure and do that. Spiritual Foundation in November is filling up nicely, plenty of room. So if you have an interest in getting in on that class, you're welcome to do that. And I just scheduled a new class that Spirit is kind of been pushing me to do for Sunday, September the 29th. It's called the Energetic Workshop for the Everyday Practitioner. And it's for people who are in the service or customer care industry in terms of maybe massage therapy, dental hygienist, acupuncture. If you're in any kind of healing modality, you're dealing with the public on a regular basis. Any teachers, people dealing with elder care, people dealing with children, especially anybody in a special needs kind of job with the people that they're dealing with. In this class, we're going to really dig into how to really work with your energy, understanding your energy, the impact of other people's energy, especially in that workflow, physical therapists, like stuff like that. Because so many of the people that I've come into contact with who are in those types of jobs are telling me I'm burning out, I can't handle the pressure, the energy of the people that I'm seeing, it's the demands. So there's a lot that goes into that. And so I really kind of wanted to create a class for those type of people so that we can talk about how to clear your energy, how to create a good energetic space, you know, making sure you're not taking on other people's stuff, and just overall feeling more happy and content with the work that you're doing and not feeling like you're going to burn out and you can't do it anymore. So some self-care types of tips, really digging into those kinds of issues. So if you're interested in that class, it is $50. You just do a deposit online. I did it on a Sunday, which is typically a day off for me, but most of the people in that industry, Sunday is one of their only off days. So I scheduled it on the Sunday, hopefully so more people can come. And I know people too who deal with, like, in a veterinary office, even if you're dealing with animals, adults, kids, elders, whatever, check out the information. I think you'll enjoy the class. So I'm excited to offer that. So everything's on MilwaukeeMedium.com. If you have any questions, message me. Okay, on with the reading. So the first card is interesting. We were just talking about animals. Animal Guardian, which is the front of the book. And that's the card we get. Trust your instincts. Really, 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 really great message. When we are able to tap into our intuition and really let that guide us each and every day, it helps to release and relieve stress and anxiety that we're going to feel if we go into a fear space, or if we're second guessing ourselves, we're not trusting our gut. And so a lot of times that will throw us out of alignment. And what happens when we're not in energetic alignment with ourselves is we can get anxious, we can feel depressed, we can just feel emotionally off. And my goal in terms of this work is to always help people to feel their absolute spiritual best on a soul level, and understanding why we're here and what we need to learn and how to do that. So part of that is trusting your intuition, which is that third eye, right? When we talk about the chakra piece of it, but also trusting your gut. So for example, I'm planning a trip for a couple of my friends and myself after the first of the year. And we were looking at some destinations, and I just couldn't get past feeling really sick about every time I thought about that itinerary for our travel. And I was very honest, and I told my friends, like, I don't think I can handle going to these places because I don't feel good about it. And then sure enough, my travel agent and another couple of friends had said, yeah, there's been issues in these areas, and so on and so forth. So I really had to trust my gut and my instinct about that, because it's making me super uncomfortable. And I didn't want to make my friends upset, but at the same time, I want to have fun and enjoy it. And I want all of us to be good in a nice, safe, energetic place when we're on our vacation, right? So something that simple can mean so much, and it can really impact the decisions you make and the path that you take. So with trusting your intuition, and animals have wonderful instincts. And so that's why this is the animal guardian, because when you look at animals in the wild and you look at even our own pets, they have instincts, they sense things, they see spirit, they know when things feel off, and you'll see your animals respond based on the animal in a specific way when something doesn't feel good to them. Even if they're around somebody that they don't really like, when our dog was here, I always trusted that because he was usually pretty in tune to that. So trust your intuition every day. But for this week and for the prescription of what we're looking at energetically, you want to really make sure you're trusting your instincts and trusting your gut, which means be authentic and honest. Okay? Super important. You have to be able to be honest and authentic and allow yourself to really feel and trust what it is that you're getting, okay? High Priestess, harness your mystic power. Okay, I love this card. It's beautiful, and I love the black cat and the symbolism around this card. Harness your mystic power is, so we're trusting our intuition. I feel like this week we're gonna really need to dig into our soul self, our soul being, our mystical piece of ourselves. And what I get for this card is shifting perspectives around how we view our life, the world around us, ourselves, the role that we play in this world, and really taking a look at, tapping into your full potential as a soul and a spiritual being. And by doing that, you allow the magic into your life. You don't get caught in a fear and a doubt space. It's really asking, this card is interesting because it's really asking you to take a look at what you do on a spiritual practice. What are you doing meditation wise? If you have been thinking about doing a meditation practice, this card is like moving us into that space where we're really, it's one thing to keep talking about, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to go here, I need to, I've been wanting to do this trip so I can, get more connected into myself. This card is saying you need to do it. Now is the time. And really, and I love the Egyptian vibe on all of this too, but it really is, it's like you are like this fantastic energy, and it's really time to harness and to bring in and utilize the power that is you. Drop your shields, Protection Guardian. Okay, this is a really nice card too. That's why I love this deck. Protection Guardian is, so sometimes the cards will tell us in a week to protect our energy. And we want to be really mindful around who we're hanging out with. Are you clearing your energy? Are you taking care of yourself? This last week I posted Kyle Gray's Energy 101 protection video. It's on YouTube, but it's also on my Facebook page, Stacie Tatera-Medium Healer Teacher. It's 15 minutes. It's a great video to watch. So he talks about the protection piece of energy. But the protection guardian is drop your shield. So what I get around this card is that, and what you'll notice in the palm of her hand is almost like a third eye, which is about intuition. Are you being too guarded? Are you really, this is about our walls emotionally. This is about opening our hearts. This is about, again, shifting perspectives about how we live our life, how we look at our life, how we decide we're going to fit into our lives with ourselves as well as the people around us. But it's asking us to open our perspective and drop your shield so that you want to take care of yourself and you want to draw boundaries, but it's another thing to be so guarded that you can't live your life, that you're not letting anybody in. And sometimes that includes yourself. So I feel like this card is also about you getting to know who you really are. And in order to do that, we do have to drop our walls. We do have to drop our shields. We have to get super comfortable with who we are and be very authentic about that. And I'm kind of hearing that word authentic being thrown around a lot more, as of late or more recently. And I think that, that you do need to be your authentic self. You do need to be honest. You do need to be, open with who you are, with kindness, with compassion, with drawing those boundaries, right? It's important to remember that, because I think it's another thing to be your authentic self, but to be an asshole, right? So, well, this is me being me. Yeah, but you're being an asshole. And so that's an ego-driven, authentic space. So make sure that when you're being authentic, it's in that kind and compassionate and love-driven space, not an ego-driven space. Drop your shields is interesting. I'm thinking about this because there's been a lot of conversations in the last few weeks that I've been having with clients and even other friends that do this work, other practitioner or like-minded friends. And I think sometimes this is about, when we drop our shields, it's about being right and being wrong. And we really get into a space, and it's, from my perspective, it's what is killing us, because people are so bent on being right that they will do anything that they can do to prove you wrong, including hurting you, making you feel less than, bullying you, pushing you around. And so I feel like that's also how we have to drop our shields and stop feeling like we have to be in battle and fight mode all of the time. You're always protected when you ask for that protection. So Spirit wants you to know that. But is it so important that you prove that you're right to someone else, that you become hateful, that you become angry, that you become obsessive, that you become vindictive? It's not worth that. So that's another really good message from this card about dropping your shields. And maybe it's about, I just need to let this go, because I'm not willing to, or it's not worth the battle and the fight. And is it coming from ego or love? And you know what that feels like. That love space is kindness, compassion, joy, happiness, abundance, empathy. All the things that you want to feel when you're in that love space. When you're right or wrong, is it coming from ego? Okay, and not that you can't have conversations with people about opinions and, observations, but is it to the point where it's really impacting a marriage, a friendship, a relationship with a family member, I feel like that's what we need to look at right now. Politically speaking, that's the name of the game. When we look at the two different parties, it's I'm right and you're wrong. And I'm right and you're wrong, right? So is that the energy that you want to engage in? You get to make that decision every day. So it's interesting how that card came up, and Spirit's working with me, as you know, when I do these readings, that is also how we drop our shields. I don't have to be right. I don't have to be wrong, because ultimately there is no right or wrong. It's what's best for you, what's in alignment for you when you come from a love space. So some things to think about this week. So we're trusting our intuition. We're harnessing our mystic power. We're really tapping into our full potential as a spiritual being. And we're deciding how we want to drop our shields in our life, knowing that we're protected, because the protection guardian is like, I'm here to support you in this process. Just ask, okay? So really good messages this week. I love that. But again, if you're looking to, when we talk about that second card, and when we talk about that, getting to know your mystical side, understanding how to build a spiritual foundation, that's part of why I created the spiritual foundation class that I'm teaching in November, because a lot of us don't know where to start. And I have so many clients that they're really just starting to open themselves up to the spiritual piece of things. They're just starting to understand energy. They're feeling guided or pulled. They want to understand more. And so that class is for that reason. So if you're wanting to learn more, we spend all day talking about lots of different really cool topics, but really to help you leave at the end of the day and know what you want to do when you leave. How do you want to put those things into practice? How do you want to change your life? How do you want to shift things? How do you want to enhance your relationships with yourself, with other people? So lots of things to think about, but all really good things, right? So very cool. So again, thank you for watching. I'm hoping I won't have any issues uploading this, right? I'll let you know. But you can find me at MilwaukeeMedium.com. Again, I am booking into December. I think I may have a few November dates. I will be not opening up January for at least another month or two until I can get my own schedule in order for next year. It's coming so fast. But if you have questions, I do have several group readings coming up. I just had someone reach out about some December dates today. So if you're looking to get in, please do so. I always appreciate the support. If you're looking at expanding your Reiki practice, I do have a Reiki 2 class in September, a Reiki 1 class in October, and I do have a spot or 2 open for a private Reiki Master class that I'm doing this Friday. So if you do have an interest in joining me and my other student, she's flying in from out of the state to come in for this class, you're welcome to join us. I don't mind having 1 or 2 more people join us and make the most of that time. So at any rate, MilwaukeeMedium.com, MilwaukeeMedium@gmail.com. Check me out. I hope this helps. Have a great week. Enjoy the very last week of August. We're going to hold on to summer as long as we can. At least I am. So take care. God bless.